Hey there and welcome. So today we're going to peel back the layers of just one single date on the calendar, December 11th.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it, right? How one single day can just be a quiet Tuesday for you and me, but for history, wow, it's this incredible crossroads of creation, conflict, and even compassion. So let's dive in and see what makes December 11th so remarkable.
Well, believe it or not, they all share a pivotal moment on this exact day. It's this super fascinating thread that connects events that seem totally unrelated, stretching all across time. Let's find out how it all ties together. Okay, so our journey is going to start way back in the early days of the United States. We're talking a time of big expansion and new frontiers. Let's head back to the year 1816. Yep, that's right. On this very day, Indiana officially became the 19th state to join the Union. This was a huge step in the westward expansion of the, still very young United States. And of course, every state has its nickname, right? For Indiana, it's the Hoosiers. Now, while people still debate exactly where that name came from, it was a poem by a guy named John Finley that really, truly cemented the term in the American vocabulary. All right, let's jump forward now, a big jump, 118 years to 1934. On this December 11th, a really deeply personal struggle was about to spark a global movement of recovery and hope. It's an incredible story. So, for a stockbroker named Bill Wilson, this was so much more than just a personal victory. It was the absolute turning point that would lead him to co-found Alcoholics Anonymous the very next year. Just think about that. One single decision that will go on to impact millions and millions of lives. And the truly revolutionary idea at the heart of his program was this huge philosophical shift. It was absolutely crucial because it treated alcoholism not as some kind of moral failing, but as a disease. This totally removed the stigma and created a brand new path for recovery, framing it as a medical issue to be treated, not a weakness to be judged. A real game changer. Okay, now fast forward just 7 years from that moment of personal change. The entire world was facing a massive cataclysmic shift. December 11th, 1941. This marks a truly pivotal day in World War II. Just 4 days after the attack on Pearl Harbor, Adolf Hitler declares war on the United States. And just like that, America, which had been neutral, was officially plunged into a two-front global war. This one decision fundamentally changed the entire course of the conflict. But it's amazing, even from the absolute darkest moments in history, incredible acts of compassion can emerge. So let's see what happened just 5 years after that declaration of war, on this very same date. So the sheer devastation of World War II created this massive humanitarian crisis that absolutely demanded a global response. And on December 11th, 1946, the United Nations took a huge step to address the suffering of the most vulnerable victims, the children. So many of them were left orphaned, homeless, and even facing starvation. And that's why UNICEF was established, specifically to help kids living in countries that were just ravaged by the war. Now, the emergency part was eventually dropped from the name, but its core mission, that hasn't changed. Providing aid to children in crisis all around the globe, that continues to this very day. So as you can see, this one day is just absolutely packed. I mean, we've had a state born, a movement started, a world war expanded, and a global charity created. But believe it or not, there is even more. I mean, the range of events is just incredible. On this day in 1978, you've got the infamous Lufthansa heist at JFK Airport, one of the biggest cash robberies in U.S. history. Then you fast forward to 2008, and that's the day the massive Bernard Madoff Ponzi scheme finally comes crashing down with his arrest. And then even more recently, in 2019, a 16-year-old climate activist, Greta Thunberg, was named Times Person of the Year, the youngest person ever to get that honor. Just wow. It really makes you think, doesn't it? We've gone from statehood to heists, from personal sobriety to global activism, all on the same date. So when you look around at the world today, what's happening right now that future generations might be talking about on their December 11th? And there you have it, our look at the jam-packed history of December 11th. Hey, if you found this as fascinating as I did, do me a favor and hit that like button. And of course, subscribe to Mr. Smith's World for more of these This Day in History explainers. Oh, and while you're here, you should definitely check out our other explainers. We've got a great series on the real meanings behind famous quotes.
Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.